Hi everybody, I'm Mike. Welcome back to the shop. So yes, another unbagging. I'm not sure what's in here, but it is something I purchased. It was not given to me. That I'm certain, because all of those products have come and gone. So, and I assure you, I do project builds on this channel. I got one right here. We're in the process. And the other block is over there being cut up. And then we got to re-glue it. So it's a lot of waiting for glue to dry. So let's open this up and see what we got. Okay, so our first item is another center finder. Now this one's designed more specifically for round stock. Let me grab something. Okay, so here's a pretty small round stock. Obviously you could do something a little bit bigger. So once again, there you go. Put it in and find our center. This will be better for when I'm doing these smaller pins. And you can still obviously do something larger, but you see it doesn't go all the way across. But when you're, more or less trying to find the center, as long as you can cross the center, you'll be okay. And of course it's that red anodized aluminum. It does have a little scale on here. It would have been nice if they had painted the letters. You can barely read them. And it is an inch scale on the side. So my favorite aspect for this center finder, as far as the measuring goes, I make a lot of these, as Eddie Castellan calls them, the 12-cent pins. Well, I like to treat everything in my shop kind of like as a production. I get a design down, and I like the way it looks, so I want to make them all consistent. So of course, like most people, I've got my little notepad out, and I've got some measurements that I use with my calipers, how thick I want the back, and how thick I want the front part. And I create like a little knuckle on mine, and it comes in exactly 1 inch. So in order to be consistent, I can take this, hook it on, go to 1 inch, and then just make my little mark there. So we got that. And of course, following suit with center finders, this is also a center finder. Okay, here it is up close. It's plastic construction. It's got a shallow lip on the back, which I'm not too keen on. I think that should be a little bit taller so you don't slip off. I mean, it holds pretty good. And does what it was intended to do. However, that is not why I got it for center finding. I got it for these measurements on the outer edges here in order to adjust my calipers. That right there is what makes this such an awesome product. But back to construction, that's also why, I don't know why this isn't made out of aluminum, because you're going to have to be really careful with this. You're going to keep scraping your calipers on here, and I feel that you could get your adjustments out of whack if you're not careful. So you just got to be conscious of that and not scratch the plastic too much. So let's see what this is. Oh, I think I know what this is. These are your end mills for pins. I guess that's what they call them. So here's our 7-piece set, and that includes 4 different cutter diameters, 1 head, and this brass tube, and a wrench. I don't know why they included this tube. Well, there you go, an extra tube. Who can't use an extra one of those, right? Their sizes are kind of unusual to me, or very specific. I got my notes here. It says 6.2 millimeter, 7.2, 8.6, and a 9.1. Well, I think you could just round those numbers down and up, if you will. However, I've got 2 standard bushings here. This is from a slimline kit, and this is from a kit. I'm not exactly sure the size, but to me that looks like a 3/8 inch. Could be a little smaller. This came with a pen kit from Rockler called the Warrior, if that helps anybody know what size this is. So here's a 7 millimeter. Fits perfect. And then this particular one Fits on this one perfectly, with just the right amount of play. So I know this set's going to work for traditional pen kits, since Banggood doesn't have pen kits, so this is a very standardized set, except for the fact that this is about half the price that I've seen ones on other woodworking sites. And one feature that this has, that all of them seem to have, is they've got this flat spot. That to me is brilliant, for the fact that then when you tighten this down, you're tightening on a flat spot, keeping this whole thing from twisting. I will put links in the description below to all of the items I showcased in this video, as well as ones I may have mentioned about. And yes, they will be affiliate links. It won't cost you any extra money, but it'll help support this channel if you click on one of those links to make a purchase. So until next time, you take care.